Oh yeah, let's get off this one. Sure, my love for fitness once was a love full of passion, weights, heaviness, recovery. Now this just feels like something that's been dragging on for so long. I've been working out since I was 12, 27 now. You do the math. Over 10 years at least. I work out simply because generally I know what my body looks like as the seasons change, and as I've come to learn and love about my body, I enjoy it more fit than I do chubby and or bulky. So I try, well, mental stability allowing to stay within a decently fit range, as well as there's times that I seem to want to put more devotion, time, energy, effort in certain aspects of my body. Like currently, I'm on a kick for my back, but I would say in my younger years, I cared way more about my biceps because I thought bigger arms would get girls. But at the end of the day, the only thing that my fitness has ever really gotten is more gazes towards men, more male gaze, and then maybe sometimes because like I got a sleeper build, so even though I do have a pretty decently good looking body shirtless, it doesn't really matter unless I take my clothes off or unless I'm actually at work, where I would say a good amount of my customers will say, "Oh, that's heavy. Oh, that's heavy. Oh, that's heavy." I may not look like somebody that can handle his own when it comes to lifting things. Although I have, I used to have a huge addiction when it came to working out and wanting to lift heavy just to see what my body could do, what my body couldn't do. I'm disabled, but you wouldn't guess that now, would you? Either way, that was 99% of the reasoning why I enjoyed fitness is because having the title of disabled, but never wanting to be able to be called disabled. Like, there's no way there's anything wrong with you. Yeah, damn right there's nothing wrong with me. Now, can you shut the fuck up and leave me be while I try to lift this heavy thing by myself? Either way, which then I guess in turn causes hyper independence. I do realize a lot of things could be damaged and blah blah this and blah blah that. And I do hear your doubts and I do hear your concerns, but at the end of the day, I've learned my limits through fucking up and finding out. Yeah, I'm not going to deny the fact that I have screwed up my back on some occasions. I've screwed up my legs, I've screwed up my arms, I've screwed up myself just because I'm just like, oh, I can, I couldn't. And then once recovery time, I came to learn to recover my body from damage. Like I don't doubt that like my body still probably has some scars, and if I was to make it, and I don't doubt that, I don't think I'm ever gonna make it to 70 or 80. But if I ever make it that old, oh my god, am I gonna be in a lot of pain? That's because I've done a lot, even more stupid shit when I was even younger, and the amount of injuries that I've accumulated is hilarious because of a lot of them. I'd say like 10% of 90% of my injuries got me a hospital visit. And the craziest part is the one on my right hand never was a hospital visit. Well, for those that know, those that don't. Either way. Um, my gum did, though. That's an old story that I have proof somewhere. But yeah, no, I'd say my biggest reason for loving fitness isn't because of the love for fitness anymore. It used to be the drive was to attract women. Never really worked out for that. What really attracts women, I guess, is my quirky, weird, uh, off-putting, also not off-putting, funny vibe. That I don't know. That's really what attracts women. My body more or less attracts men than it does females. So it's just like I guess the fitness is now for me and not to get raped by a man. If I do get raped, well, he tried extremely hard and I made sure it wasn't easy. That's, I guess now it's the only reason why I'm fit. And then where was I going with this? I don't think anywhere directly, but like, hey, rambles. So like now I just try to figure out like what to do to continue aside from just maintaining what I can do to keep up the spice and spark after doing it. I would say outside of soccer, weightlifting is probably my longest commitment. Because I started weightlifting, well, not necessarily weightlifting, but I started my fitness journey, I'd say, at the age of 12. I started playing soccer at 4, so clearly soccer is the longest commitment I've ever had, and that I would say is a sparse commitment. I'd say my most consistent is weightlifting. Then I don't know. I'd say it's a tie between kicking the soccer ball around and then actually sitting down and focusing to write a poem. I would say just because they're so scattered, but I at least date the poems. I don't really date a soccer. Like the times I kick the soccer ball. I there's a lot of things I do believe I want to do more that I don't do as much as I actually want to. But at the end of the day, I still make time for it when time seems fitting. But due to the fact that I always have a soccer ball with me in the car, I don't even need grass. I just need solid ground. As long as it's not water. Until I able to learn how to walk on water, then fuck, I'll kick the soccer ball in the middle of the ocean, bitch. As long as I ain't gotta swim. Um, the things I learned, but what's a learned lesson if not an applied source? That makes no sense. What's a lesson learned if not if what's a lesson learned if the knowledge is never applied? Just something in storage. I think it's been 2 years. Well, you know what that means. It's an inside joke. Not everything will be for everybody. But for those that know, know. Those that don't, well, even if I explained it, you wouldn't get it. I think that's something I'm going to work on. Try to explain less. I have been better about trying to smile more as well as backpedaling about I do apologize for not hearing. I misheard you. I misunderstood. I've been better about trying to say that instead of just wanting to double down on stupidity. I generally don't try to double down on stupidity. I try to hear, because I do realize how my ears tend to work against me more than not. So therefore, I do have to be like, is it what you said or is it what I think you said? But while I'm here, let me touch base on just certain rooms don't feel the same, and I guess it's the message that's echoing that makes me question. Well, not necessarily a question. I guess I know the answer. It's just in time. There's an expiration date on everything, isn't there? Sometimes you try to hold on to a little bit longer than it should, and even though it's expired, you still left it in there. I don't think it'll hurt, but more lessons and experiences to come. Thank you for listening to my sporadic madness, and I do hope that you enjoy whatever you want to enjoy that doesn't cause harm and or damage to others. Continue to grow in a way that you want to. And also remember, you don't have to listen to them. You just choose to. You just got to do what works for you. Because at the end of the day, we all got to do what works for us. So I don't hate you for playing the game. I hate the game for having to be played like this. So I'm not upset at you. I'm just pissed. It is what it is.
You don't need to respect them. You
Until
don't
it
need to
isn't.
care about them. But remember this, you had the